Well, just when I thought I was done with the news, Tamashii pulls me back in, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I thought I couldn't get more excited than I already was for the newly announced base form Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta. But Tamashii has proved me wrong, as they have officially announced another Super Saiyan Goku, yes, another one, and I think this is the one that people have been asking for since, well, forever. I know I have. And Tamashii is finally delivering. It is that coveted blue undershirt Goku from the Namek Saga in all of his glory, dubbed the Super Saiyan Son Goku Fighter of Rage, or on Tamashii's website, the Warrior of Rage. I kinda like the Warrior of Rage a little bit better. Anywho, we'll talk about the news, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'll give you all my thoughts. So first off, this will be a premium Bandai release with pre-orders starting on October 9th, with a scheduled release month of July of 2026. It will also be a brand new sculpt from head to toe, with that updated articulation that we're starting to see on Goku. And I don't think Tamashii is reusing anything from the prior releases outside of one interesting bit of compatibility that we'll talk about in just a sec. But I'm hoping the neck peg is compatible with the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku and any of Goku's future releases. He'll be coming with 5 interchangeable faceplates, 4 sets of hands in total, and an alternate head sculpt. For the faces, it looks like we'll be getting a stern face, a smirking face, 2 teeth-gritting faces, one looking down on Frieza, the other looking up and to our right, and a shouting face. Now, if 5 faces were not enough, Tamashii has stated that all of the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku faces are compatible, and yes, even the one from Full Power Frieza. So that is 10 faces that you can experiment with, provided, you do have the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, but that's neither here nor there. They do note, for whatever reason, that the Fighter of Rage's faces are not compatible with the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, which is a bit weird, as I don't see why they wouldn't be, considering that, if it's compatible for one, why not the other? So that just might be a typo. We'll see. Anywho, the hands seem to be a pretty basic spread. When you exclude the fists, it looks like we're getting 2 open palm hands, 2 Kamehameha hands, and 2 martial arts style hands. So altogether, we'll be getting this for $65 USD before shipping and handling. Now for my thoughts. First of all, let me glaze Tamashii real quick for finally giving us what I would call the Super Saiyan Goku. Yes, the legendary Super Saiyan release is solid in its own right, and as I said in my review, link in the description below, that when I think the late 90s, early 2000s, that's the Goku. But this version of Super Saiyan Goku is the one that sends waves of nostalgia over me, and I'm instantly teleported back in front of the TV that basically raised me. Yes, Tamashii could have easily just given us a retooled UI Sign body, much like Demonical Fit just did, and I think some of us would have been okay with it and called it a day. All the while, the vocal part of the community would complain about it being on an outdated mold. But instead of being lazy and wanting an easy cash grab, Tamashii went even further to create a brand new sculpt for a somewhat easier cash grab. And yes, the same folks that would scream about this being a 2.0 will also scream about it being another Goku. But idgaff, dude. I will take a Goku all day long, so long as they continue to improve upon it, and I seriously think Tamashii notices what the third-party companies are doing. OB, the community manager for Tamashii Nations, has said that he has to write up reports on this kind of stuff and present it to his higher-ups. So don't think that Tamashii turns a blind eye to the third-party companies. They know what they're doing, and they see it. And sometimes Tamashii likes to play copycat. And then other times, it seems kinda suspicious that the third-party companies kinda know what Tamashii's doing ahead of time. Kinda like Demonical Fit releasing that Goku, and then here this Goku's coming out. It's kinda sus. But think about it. Not too long ago, Air Studios put out some kits that you could buy to almost recreate this exact same Goku. And not to mention all the third-party support for alternate head sculpts for Goku. In my opinion, this Goku has the perfect hair sculpt. It's not overly lined to death like the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, it just looks clean, much like the Warrior Awakening Goku. It's got a bit of shading to it, which is nice, and the faces look solid. But apparently not to this dude. I don't know what he's smoking. I think they look phenomenal. Jokes aside though, my favorite one is the one where he's looking up at Frieza. That is such an iconic face and look. He gives that same look to Cooler in Cooler's Revenge. I just, chills instantly. I love a good stylized faceplate, as it adds much more depth to the figure when posing or doing photography. As far as the body for the figure goes, they knocked it out of the park. You'll notice too that in the arms of Goku, he's not jacked. I love that attention to detail, because in the scenes where we first see him transform, he's drawn slimmer and only gets buffer as his clothes continue to come off. Heyo. The battle damage looks good, although I would like a little bit of line work in there to really make him pop. And the articulation is going to be similar to that of the newer Gokus we're getting. Some people have noticed that his right knee is gappy when you articulate it, which isn't too bad, but I think overall this figure looks solid, and I think we as a community have taken and accepted much worse on a figure than a gappy knee joint. Now for the bad. he's a premium Bandai release. I don't think anything else needs to be said there, and I really don't feel like going on another tirade about it for the umpteenth time. I get and understand that yet another coveted form of Goku is locked behind exclusivity and a site as horrible as P Bandai, but if you really want it, you'll get it. That's the bottom line. Yeah, I guess a person could argue it's another Goku, and all these newer Gokus are coming out cheaper, so why is this one so expensive? I get that. But the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku is still $65 unless you bought that poor excuse for a best selection release. And I almost want to say it's the mold. You look at the games Begin Goku and the newly announced Kind-Hearted Saiyan, and there's no real variation between those two molds outside of color. It was designed to be easier and cheaper to produce so they could reuse it as many times as they want. I think the only real complaint I have now, and I'm sure it's on other people's minds as well, is updated 4th form Frieza Win. Seeing this Goku paired up with that old Frieza in the promotional photos looked goofy and out of place. I'm sure Tamashii looked at those photos and went, damn, we kind of need to update this thing, don't we? So Tamashii, if there's anything that I can think of that would round out the Namek saga, it's a 4th form Frieza. I'm no engineer or anything, but you could probably just technically take the Mecha Frieza mold, retool it, and ship it because personally I think the proportions on that figure are right, and it is a far superior figure in the grand scheme of things when you compare it to any 4th form Frieza. And honestly, I don't know who else we can get at this point in time because, you know, I say this and we'll wind up getting Raspberry next month. Like, come on, dude. Let's send the Namek saga out on a bang. It's either this Goku, or it's going to be an updated 4th form Frieza with all the goodies. A brand new Death Beam effect, a brand new Death Ball effect, a docked tail, just whatever you want to call it. He probably will be battle damaged, which might be an oof, considering we kind of want a basic form of Frieza, but you add the Death Beam, Death Ball, why not just add in a rock as well, so you can have Frieza rest his foot on it. It would be mint. Anywho, I'm excited to have this thing in hand next year, and I can't wait to review it. It's been a long time coming for this figure, and as much as I like the Warrior Awakening Goku, and love the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, this is the Goku I could only dream of until now, and I hope, I pray, it does not disappoint. But anywho, that's going to bring us to the end of the news. I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for making it to the end. If you haven't already, kindly hit the like button and subscribe as it helps me out and keeps the channel growing. Plus, I've got other videos up and more to come. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this Goku. Are you excited for it, or are you going to pass? I'd love to hear it all. But as always, this has been Talib Reviews, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.